Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Randall. This is the McClures. We react, we review, we make fun of, we laugh at stuff over here. Links in the description if you want to help support the channel. We are live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 3:30 to 5:30, rumble.com/McClures. And it is Friday today, so we're doing viewer request. Speaking of, we have a request from a chatter on Rumble. And this one is for a video titled Epstein: How they use people to push agendas on kids. I'm curious. I am curious. So we're going to get into this video, see what they're talking about, and get some of the evil plans laid out for us. If you guys have anything else you want to watch after this video, just let us know. We'll get it lined up. We're going to be on for a while today. A minimum of at least another hour today. But hey, if you guys keep it interesting, so will I, and we'll keep it going. So, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, anybody trying to pretend that they're... Alright, I'm gonna stop looking at my beard because it's just bothering me. Anybody trying to pretend that this is a girl with a furry-ass hand. Look, it's a furry hand, people. What the fuck? Alright, let's get into this tranny bullshit. See what's going on.
It is? I bet most of you would say San Francisco. It would be a good guess, considering it has more public feces per square foot than any other city, but there is another city that takes the #1 spot.
That's facts.
Tel Aviv. The tribe loves to promote this fact when it is convenient for them. Mostly when they are attempting to transform the children.
Tel Aviv is the gayest
city in the world. Do you know who pushed the heinous grooming curriculum through in the United States? It was a member of the tribe named Kevin Jennings, Obama's education czar. A sketchy individual who seems to adore a staunch NAMBLA supporter, Kevin Hay. Here's Sean Hannity talking about him.
Now, despite growing concern over the President Obama's safe school czar, Kevin Jennings, the White House is refusing to directly comment on the controversy. Instead, Robert Gibbs has decided to criticize media outlets like Fox News for bringing the scandal to light. Let's take a look.
I think it's a shame to watch what they do. I think it's a shame. I hope that as people watch, they'll match up some of the actual truth to what is being said on some of these occasions.
Now, the truth, Robert, is that Jennings admitted that he was aware of a sexual relationship between a high school sophomore who now claims he was 16 at the time and an older man. It was Jennings who originally said the boy was 15, and Jennings admits that he did nothing wrong. Now, this weekend, a Washington Times editorial slammed the White House for turning a blind eye to the Jennings saga.
I don't know why Jennings would do anything about it. It seems to be a common trend in the homo community. Older men sleeping with younger boys doesn't seem to be an issue. I don't know. For some reason, the gays think that if you're a 15-year-old boy, it's fine if you're sleeping with a 30-year-old man. But if you're a 30-year-old man sleeping with a 15-year-old girl, it's not. Just so you know, it's not good either way, people. It's fucking gross either way. But the double standard is really weird for the gays. That is definitely really weird. And didn't California just pass a law that made it legal if you're 23 to bang a 13-year-old? Somebody fact check me on that, because I'm pretty sure California just passed that law.
They also uncovered a 1997 speech that Jennings gave in which he said, quote, "One of the people that's always inspired me is Harry Hay." Now, Hay was a longtime gay rights advocate and was a big supporter of the North American Man-Boy Love Association, or the group NAMBLA. In fact, in a 1983 speech, he said, quote, "If the parents and friends of gays are truly friends of gays, they would know from their gay kids that the relationship with an older man is precisely what 13, 14, and 15-year-old kids need more than anything in the world."
That's just nasty.
Whoa.
I think I threw up in my mouth a bit.
For real.
Now, what about Canada?
The groomer responsible for the agenda in Canadian grade schools is even worse. This guy is truly a monster. Another member of the tribe by the name of Ben Levin was responsible for pushing that garbage into grade schools. Shortly after destroying young minds with his curriculum, Levin was busted by undercover cops in an online incest chat room, trying to procure children. He was convicted for his disgusting crimes. Here's Faith Goldie delving into the
An online incest chat room? Why would you have to go online for incest? Isn't it like in your house? That's sick and disturbing, and I laughed at it because I'm sick and disturbing, apparently. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would you go online to talk about incest when that's all done in the house, bro? That doesn't make any sense.
curriculum and Levin's court case.
I'm going to speed this up a little bit.
Has become Ontario's premier, and as such, she has passed sweeping province-wide legislation to regulate values in our children's classrooms, specifically on the topic of sexual morality and education. Now, is this policy just an innocuous science-based update about the dangers of sexting and STDs? Yeah, unlikely, since on page 197 of the curriculum, it tells 12-year-olds one of the best things you can do to stop HIV is to stop the stigma that's associated with having the infection. Now, that's not really scientific, is it? The policy is a predator's Pandora's box for young, malleable minds on the topic of sexual morality. Here are just some of the highlights. So, in grade 1, Ontario 6-year-olds, who no longer have spelling tests, by the way, are taught words for body parts like penis, testicles, vagina, and vulva.
What the
At that
hell?
same age, at 6,
What the hell?
students in Ontario are also introduced to the topic of consent. Fast forward to grade 3, where kids at the ripe old age of 8, where students are taught about so-called gender identity theory. Now, that's to be reinforced right up until grade 8, where 12-year-old children are
This is
expected to,
crazy.
quote, demonstrate an understanding of gender identity, male, female, two-spirited, which, by the way, is a race-based.
Now, this exact ideology is what that bill in Florida passed by DeSantis is supposed to do. The quote-unquote don't say gay bill that they made up in the media that has nothing to do with don't say gay. It has don't talk sex with children. That's the bill. Don't talk sex with children. It's not complicated. This isn't fucking rocket science. Asshat on Twitch, we are examining a video breaking down what people and why are pushing the gay pedo agenda on children. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with these sick fucks.
Sexual orientation that I'm pretty sure is only reserved for Native Indians, transgender, transsexual, intersex, gender expression, and sexual orientation. Meantime, kids in the year below, well, they're taught to be precautious around, quote, anal fluid, as indicated on page 197 of the pamphlet. You see, the architect of this dirty little document in its original format is indeed a convicted child pornographer. This pedo, Benjamin Levin. Once a bigwig in Ontario's Ministry of Education, Professor Benjamin Levin became the center of a child porn investigation, which saw him plead guilty to creating and possessing child pornography and, oh yeah, counseling others to commit sexual assault.
Oh
Caught
my
by
gosh.
undercover officers online, the former member of Kathleen Wynne's super tight-knit transition team was a frequent visitor to an incest chat room where he counseled single moms on how to sexually assault their daughters for his pleasure and allegedly theirs on a site where his
Okay, wait. So the incest chat room, it's moms trying to figure out how to molest their kids? What the fuck is going on in the world, bro? What the? Holy shit. Well, thanks for the link, meme. This video's depressing as fuck, bro. Holy shit.
His profile listed his sexuality as, quote, nothing is taboo. In one disgusting sampling read aloud in court, every date of which, by the way, I attended, the depraved Levin told one so-called mom he'd like to F all 3 children in front of you with your help. Would they submit, or would I need to tie them? And, well, because this is Canada, this predator has been granted early parole and is actually back at home. But let's focus on the curriculum. So this pervert, who is literally teaching people how to groom their children into committing sexual acts online, also has his fingerprints all over this Ontario curriculum that is currently being employed in classrooms across the entire damn province. And here's where things get even more
Absolutely
twisted.
crazy.
Kathleen Wynne and her band of deviants, their perverted control and social experiments, they don't even
Shout out Leslie for joining the Twitch chat. You jumped in at a weird time. We're watching a creepy video on pedos and homos pushing their agendas in schools.
Even entered your kids' classrooms. Now, she's entered Ontario homes with enforcement. Recently passed Bill 89 codifies the Ontario government's belief that Ontario's children, the ones whose minds they are literally poisoning all day long, actually belong to the state, not their parents. In short, this totalitarian bill affords the state
Yeah, you
powers
definitely need to codify that.
Seize Ontario's children from their homes for the sake of gender ideology. The bill provides a really lengthy list of the sort of children who are, quote, in need of protection, i.e. where children protection services ought to intervene. Now, among that long list is a description of a child who is at risk of suffering mental or emotional health, one whose parents do not provide treatment or access to treatment and is thus defined as a child in need of protection. So Ontario's parents don't have a say in their kids' classrooms or their homes. So if Tommy goes back to school...
That's the beginning of it right there. I mean, they're talking about Canada, not America, but that's the beginning of it. First they say, just leave us alone, let us do our own thing. Then they say, well, you have to accept that we're doing our own thing. Then they say you have to like us doing our own thing. Then you have to say that our thing is the normal thing. And then you have to let your children learn about it as well, so they have options. This is a slippery slope. As they said during the gay rights movement for gay marriage, the whole argument then was this is a slippery slope. It's not going to stop with marriage. Oh, yes, it will. We just want to be equal. Blah, 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 blah. No, you don't, you lying fucking weirdos. You want us all to believe that you're not fucking weird. That's what you want. You want us to think that you're normal. It's cool. You're good. You're happy, life is good with your lifestyle, and no, it's not. I don't buy it. The stream is frozen now. It is good to go on Rumble. I'm watching it on Rumble still. I don't know what's up with Twitch lately. That's what Amik said too. He jumped over to the Rumble chat and he said that he's experienced much less freezing and skipping on the Rumble chat than on the Twitch.
And tells the teacher that you're failing to provide treatment or access to treatment that your child now demands, guess what? You, according to Kathleen Wynn's Bill 89, are working against Tommy's interests, which now include gender identity and gender pronouns.
That's what I was trying to get to in my comment, though. This is the slippery slope for the government to step in and take your kids away because you don't want to affirm that Tommy is Samantha. If you don't want to call Timothy Samantha, then the government's going to step in and be like, no, you have to affirm Samantha. So it looks like it's starting in Canada. Already got laws on the books. Slippery slope, folks. Slippery slope.
As outlined in Section 1. So according to Section 34, Parts 1A, well, the Children's Aid Society must now investigate you, and should CAS workers, who, by the way, are not police officers or doctors, simply just follow the law in Bill 89 and find that, yes, you are unwilling to use Tommy's new pronouns, or goodness forbid, put Tommy on hormone blockers, then, according to Bill 89, a court is to issue orders with respect to care for your child, which can include, but is not limited to, placement in the care and custody of another person for anywhere between 3 months to a year. So here we are, Ontario, broke, unemployed, without a reasonable prospect of ever owning our own homes, taking orders from Orville fucking Redenbacher's lesbian twin, who gets her orders from a child fucking pornographer, all of whom now have the legal authority to teach our children their diabolical values. And if we dare to teach them otherwise, we might never see our offspring again.
I don't remember this girl's name, but
what the
I think she did a lot of work with Rebel News or whatever up in Canada, and she's got no fear. She's got no fear to put it out there and say what needs to be said. So
hold on, fuck this fucking. How did you do fucking fuck?
Well, it certainly illustrates the diversity of the word.
Now you may be wondering why political leaders don't put a stop to this activity.
well, guys,
Surely they
gonna
wouldn't
make
let this
out?
happen.
What's up with that, dude?
Or would they? It seems they have all been Epsteined in one way or another, and they don't want their skeletons getting out of the closet. Take Obama, for example. He was swinging the other way, and I'm not talking about Big Mike either. He didn't want it getting out that he was getting a BJ from Larry Sinclair in Chicago while smoking crack. Listen to Larry Sinclair himself talk about the encounter.
In regards to the Obama incident, I flew out of Colorado Springs, Colorado to Chicago on November 2nd, 1999, arriving in O'Hare early in the morning of November 3rd. I went to the Chicago area to attend the graduation of my godson, my best friend's son, from basic training from the Great Lakes Navy Training Facility. I made reservations at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, based solely on the location to the training center. On November 5th, 1999, I hired the services of 5-Star Limousine. Excuse me. I had hired them both for November 5th and November 6th of 1999. On November 6, 1999, I asked the limo driver, whose name I now reveal for the first time, Jagir Paramit Mutani, if he knew anyone who would like to socialize and show me Chicago. One note, there's a typo in the statement that you will get at the end of the statement. We will put an updated and corrected version on a website that you will also be given access to, as far as the name is concerned. Mr. Mutani understood that I was looking for someone who knew Chicago and would enjoy socializing. Mr. Mutani said he knew someone who was a friend of his. On November 6, 1999, after picking me up at the hotel in Gurnee, and this is significant, Mr. Mutani used his cell phone to make a call. That call was made to then Illinois State Senator Barack Obama to set up an introduction between myself and Senator Obama. Upon arriving at the bar and exiting the limo, Senator Obama was standing next to Mr. Mutani, and I was introduced to Senator Obama by name. Later that evening in a bar which I believe was called Alibis, and I state believe because I have failed so far to get Citigroup to provide the credit card receipts that has the actual name. I mentioned I could use a line or two to wake up. Senator Obama asked me if I was referring to coke, and I stated I was. After stating I was, Obama stated he could purchase cocaine for me and then made a telephone call. This too is significant, from a cell phone to a presently unknown individual, during which Senator Obama arranged the cocaine purchase. Senator Obama and I then departed the bar in my limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine.
So who heard about this before? Obama became president, during his presidency, after his presidency. Did anybody hear about the official press conference of the guy admitting to blowing him while smoking crack? Anybody? For the people in the back, let's hear it again. What were you doing to Obama, bro?
To him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois. The following day, November 7th, 1999, Senator Obama appeared at my hotel room, unannounced, uninvited, where we again ingested cocaine, and I again performed fellatio on Senator Obama.
Now, I'm sure I don't.
Alright, so apparently the blowjob was so good that when Obama woke up or recovered from his crack stupor from the night before, he was like, you know, I gotta get me some of that again. So he swoops back down to the budget motel to smoke some more crack and get another Hummer. Oh gosh, that's so funny, bro. Leslie, to verify your account on Rumble, they send you a confirmation email that you have to click to verify. A lot of times it goes to your spam or junk folder, especially if you have Gmail, because Gmail owns YouTube, so they hide all Rumble's verification emails, I've noticed. Why is there just a million different photos of biting being super fucking creepy? With everybody, dude. Like, who does this? You're at a public place. You know what I mean? You just rest your forehead on his.
have to tell you about creepy Joe Biden and his insatiable need to sniff kids.
Oh, this might be a Photoshop,
That is well known by
actually,
now.
though.
And I'm sure we all know now about Hunter Biden's laptop. Hunter had his own father listed as Pedo Pete in his contact list.
He was
I won't
Pedo
get into the
Pete.
details about the incestuous Ashley Biden diaries, as there are lots of details out there on that as well if you care to go there. But what about Trudeau? How do they keep him in check? Before Trudeau ever came into power, he was a teacher at West Point Grey Academy in Vancouver, British Columbia. While teaching there, he was involved in a lawsuit where an underage girl accused him of inappropriate touching. There was a settlement and a non-disclosure agreement, but the father of the accuser was not part of the NDA, so
Wait, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's underage accuser, which was much younger at the time of their relationship,
he released the information on the court case to
I can't see what that says. Her father tells the Chronicle, some in the public pegged the accuser at 17 years old, and that is inaccurate. She was much, much younger than that. The wealthy Canadian businessman told the Chronicle yesterday he was not part to the $2.25 million mutual non-disclosure, non-disparagement agreement that she signed in exchange for her continued silence on Wednesday evening of October 9th. The terms of that agreement prevent both the accuser and Trudeau from acknowledging any aspect of that relationship without triggering a 6 to 7-figure liquidated damages clause. That penalty starts at $500,000 and scales up depending on the magnitude of the breach. The accuser's father shared with the Chronicle a password-protected digital copy of that agreement, giving us limited access to it for several hours on the condition that we made no copies and would not distribute. Doing so could have jeopardized the terms of the agreement, which imposes the damages on either party in the event that they acknowledge or discuss the relationship publicly. He does not believe this discussion of that agreement existence is a violation of its terms since he was not party to it. He did not acquire the document from his daughter. It was incorrectly CC'd to him on an email between negotiating parties. The two engaged in a long and steamy affair on and off campus while Trudeau taught drama and French at Vancouver's prestigious West Point Grey Academy. He was discovered by his accuser's father at their family home, which prompted private demands to school administrators that he be removed from his position immediately. There was a small settlement at the time, he says, but declined to elaborate. So they settled at the time. Apparently, the settlement circled back around because they got $2.25 million. Oh, no, that's the non-disclosure agreement is worth $2.25 million. So if you disclose the incident, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's not actually that crazy. It's not actually that crazy because anybody seeking a position of power like that, I can't say anybody. Almost everybody seeking positions of power like that are evil in some way.
news media outlets. Of course, fake news CBC
That's
or the
my
other
opinion.
government-funded media refused to report on this, but the Buffalo Chronicle covered the story. Now, good boys have to keep in line and say the right things and push agendas, or else their proclivities will be exposed to the world.
There is this inextricable tie between culture, religion, ethnicity that most people don't fully understand. That is unique and, how can I say it, so strong with Jews worldwide. There is a, I mean, you know, I used to say early on when I was a kid, I'd say, when I was a young senator, I'd say, if I were a Jew, I'd be a Zionist. I am a Zionist. You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist.
Interesting. Definitely an interesting video. And that is facts. You're trying to jack your neighbor's Wi-Fi. That can cause you issues sometimes. But it's not actually that surprising because, like I said, the majority of political leaders are demonic pedos. So it's not that surprising. What is surprising is how everybody knows about it, and like we just don't care. We don't do anything about it. Super weird. Super weird. But let me know what you guys think about this
Do you know what the
extremely
gayest city on the
creepy,
planet?
weird fucking video. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to put this creepy image back up on the screen for you. But links are down in the description if you want to help support my channel. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are our go live days on rumble.com/McClures, 3:30 to 5:30 if you want to stop by and hang out with us. But it's Friday, so we're viewer request day. We're going to keep trucking today, but leave your comments down below. Click the links, help out, support. YouTube doesn't pay me, so I need you to. Send me $1. All right, later, bye.